Let's have a look at reorienting through doors. Why does this matter? Well, I'm sure you've probably noticed by now that dogs naturally want to rush through any doorway they see. So teaching this behavior helps them slow down and look back to us before carrying on. We want to try and establish this behavior fairly early on. It's never too young to teach this, even to a baby puppy. They pick it up super quickly. And if we get in front of this behavior before bad habits start to establish, then it's a lot easier to maintain throughout the lifetime of our dog. It'll also make coming and going through your vehicle doors, your front doors for your dog walks, any visits that you go to any facilities such as your vet clinic or a pet supply store. All of these things will be so much nicer when your dog's engaged with you and understands what the expectations are around the doorways. We actually like to start this behavior using a crate. So if you haven't already started with your crate training, definitely watch our happy crating video and go through most of that process until you're ready to work on this step here. But once your puppy's going in and out of the crate, with the door open, then you are ready to start the reorienting through the door with the crate. So to start, you're going to have your crate door open. If you need to, you can kind of see in the next video that the crate door is starting to slide closed a little bit. Definitely on the safe side, just prop it open, tie it open, something like that. You don't want it to hit your dog in the butt as they're going inside the crate. A lot of dogs run into the crate with a lot of force and that'll slam the door behind them. So we don't want them to be afraid. So if you need to, just prop that door open, but have it open and you're going to be standing beside the crate. So not in front of it. This is a very common mistake. When you're standing beside your crate, you're going to show your dog that you have a treat and you're going to drop it into the crate for your dog to eat. So if you have a wire crate like we're using in the video, that's nice and easy. You can drop it through the top. But if you have a plastic crate, you're just going to drop it through the side. And sometimes you need to point it out to your dog a couple times that there is a treat in there. As soon as they go in and eat the treat, you're going to call their name and feed them in front of you. Then drop another treat to start the next rep into the crate. You're going to do this back and forth until your dog is rapidly going into the crate and then orienting out of the crate door to you every single time. Next, remember that default sit that we created. So on this next rep, once your dog's going back and forth quickly, you're going to wait for their default behavior and mark and reward from your hand once they sit and give you eye contact, and then release them again with a dropped treat in the crate. It's really quite simple, but if you keep this habit up, your dog will come out of their crate under control and always be looking to you to understand what's going to happen next. Let's have a look. Good boy, in your house. Good boy. Let me come. Yes, good boy. Good boy, in your house. He already had a pretty strong default sit, so this was a pretty easy exercise for him. Yes, good boy. In your house. Good job. Come here, come. Yes. In your house. Come. You can't find it. Good boy. Come on, give me come. Yes. Good job. Here he is. Good boy. In your house. Good boy. The next reorienting exercise that we do is through interior doors. Dogs are often really excited to go out the front and back door to the outside world. So starting with those doors can sometimes be a bit of a struggle. We like to teach our dogs the interior doors first, as it tends to be a little bit lower excitement and increases their likelihood of success. If you have a dog that's really a determined bolter here, you can have the leash on, but it's an option to do it off leash as well. So easily to start, you're going to clip a leash on your dog, stand on one side of your doorway threshold, and start walking with your dog. As you come up to the threshold, so just before you start going through the door, you're going to stop your forward motion. Your dog is likely going to continue forward as you haven't cued them, you haven't said anything to them, but you're just going to stand quiet and still. They're going to eventually turn around and wonder where the heck you went. As soon as they make eye contact with you, you're going to mark and feed. So they don't need to do anything here. Just turn around and look at you, and then you're going to mark and feed from your hand. Next, you're going to increase the criteria for the default behavior. So you're going to repeat step 1 and 2, but this time you're going to wait for your dog to offer that default behavior, which in most cases is going to be a sit and eye contact, and then you're going to mark and feed for that. So let's have a look at Vimy doing the interior doors. All right, let's go. Yes, good boy, nice job. Good. Good boy, here. Yes. Good job. Very good. Let's go. Yes. Good job. Nice work, buddy. Let's go. Yes. Nice job. Good boy. Super. Good job. Right, let's go. Yes. Nice work. Ready? Let's go. Yes. Good boy. Nice job. Super. Okay, on there. Once your dog is getting really proficient with multiple interior doors within your home, you can move to the exterior door. This is often very challenging for most dogs, and the more reinforcement history they have of bolting through that door, the longer it's going to take for them to learn this bit of the exercise. So be patient, practice lots, uphold your criteria on these exterior doors, and it'll definitely pay off. So first step, always have your dog on leash. We don't want them bolting out that front door if you are using the front. If it's the back door, typically that's also a very exciting spot. So I would still recommend to start your dog on leash, even though it's safe if they do bolt out there. When you put your hand up to the doorknob, you're going to stop and wait for that default behavior. So again, I'm not cueing this. This should be fairly a strong behavior, easily offered from our dogs at this point. As soon as I put my hand on the doorknob, I'm going to wait for my dog to sit and give me eye contact and then mark and feed. I might do this a few times just to prime my dog, just to give them the idea that, hey, this is what we're doing. This is the expectation at the door. Step number 3 is to then put your hand on the doorknob and start to turn and pull the door slightly open. Again, wait for your dog to give their default behavior and mark and feed. You'll see in the next video that Vimy often stood up, but I just quietly closed the door and waited for him to give me the default behavior and started again. There's no need to mark and tell your dog no or sit. We want this to be very much a dog-directed learning exercise, and the more we cue them, the more dependent they're going to be on that. So I really want this to be something that's very natural for my dog to offer me down the road. So the less you get involved, the easier it will be for them to learn. So if they get up, don't worry about it. Just quietly close the door and wait for that default behavior again. In step 4, we're going to want to try and get the door all the way open. This honestly might take a few sessions, so don't feel rushed. You do not need to get it perfect on the first session. You may even need to open the door a little bit slowly and do it a little bit at a time, but you're going to mark and feed for good behavior and sometimes even a nice try if you need to try and keep your dog engaged here. This can be a frustrating process for our dogs sometimes because they really do want to go out the door and they want to explore what's on the other side. So really try and keep a high rate of reinforcement here and don't let your dog get too frustrated. Once your dog's sitting while you can open the door all the way, you're going to repeat steps 2 to 4 until you have the exact same behavior on the exterior door as you do on the interior door. So let's have a look at the training clip with Vimy on the exterior doors. Okay. Let's go. Yes. Good job. Yes. Let's go. Yes. boy. Good boy. Nice job, buddy. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Let's go. Yes, good job. That's good choice. Good boy. Ready? Let's go. Good boy. That's a little bit exaggerated, I would say. Good boy. Ready? Let's go. Good. Let's go. Good boy. Nice job. You're so weird. All right, let's go. Yes. Good boy. Nice job. Good boy.